I'm Tiffany. Welcome to the Montessori Place. Today's topic is grace and courtesy, or manners. So, grace and courtesy lessons are something that you'll find in a Montessori classroom that set it apart from more traditional schools. And grace and courtesy is just a fancy name for manners, but sometimes the name manners can have a negative connotation where you remember being told to say yes sir and no ma'am and oh I'm sorry and no thank you. Well, there's more to manners than that. Manners is another word for learning social behavior. And social behavior is something that is learned. It's not something that we're born with. Children, when they're about 2.5 years old, that is a time that you can start to introduce grace and courtesy lessons. Yes, you'll start with the typical ones of please and thank you and no thank you or I'm sorry. Other ones that you may have is shaking hands, making eye contact. If you're in this country, shaking hands and making eye contact. Other things are asking for help, requesting help without whining, and just the whole message that's being taught is one of kindness and respect. Now, manners and social courtesies aren't something that's one and done. It's a process. I have a 12-year-old and two 10-year-olds, and it's a process. It's something that we still deal with every day, especially at dinner time. I'm a parent, and I'm learning, and sometimes I just want to pull my hair out as we are practicing these courtesies. Now, the grace and courtesies are going to look different with your older children. Some of the things that I'm making sure to instill in my children is saying thank you when a gift is received, and that thank you comes in the form of a thank you note that's promptly written. Other times, the RSVPing to a party, unfortunately, that is a social grace that's going away, and it really shouldn't. Giving someone that courtesy of acknowledging you got it and yes, you're coming. Being on time and being prepared. That's another courtesy that we need to teach our older kids. In this time of, you're seeing a lot of t-shirts that say be a good human, be kind, that whole respecting other people's opinions, and you don't need to say anything back or retort. Sometimes you have to, teaching your child to learn to bite their tongue. You don't need to say everything that you're thinking. You don't need to belittle someone. You don't need to tell someone they're wrong. You just need to listen, accept that other people are going to have thoughts and feelings and different opinions than yourself. And like I said, this is all a process, and it's us as the caregivers that are the first teachers that need to model this behavior. That's how they're going to learn it, is from us modeling. So the takeaway is, when you're sitting at the kitchen table or when you're sitting down to have a meal, practice these grace and courtesies. Create opportunities for going out where your child can practice some of these social courtesies when going to the store and saying, excuse me, or holding the door open for someone, or even going to a nice restaurant and knowing the procedure of how to act when you go to a nice restaurant. So, it's not too late to start practicing manners. It isn't too early to start practicing manners. If you're looking for a few more helpful tips or a guide, I really like this book, 365 Manners Kids Should Know, and this is by Cheryl Eberly. So that's it for today. Make sure to pass this along and share with friends and family. And remember to check out my YouTube channel, The Montessori Place. If you are finding my tips helpful, please subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, follow me on Facebook at The Montessori Place.